from that first run, there was like this spark that ignited in me because I felt like I had something to prove to myself, mainly, that this is something like I can do and should be able to do. And right after that first run, then I just started running every day and like slowly noticing my the progress, and these runs are getting easier, and like training's paying off, my diet's paying off. And I was like, I feel like it's time to jump to something bigger.
Together through their stride.
You're listening to Through Their Stride, a Texas-born podcast sharing the stories of runners from here at home and far beyond. I'm your host, Sam Sutton, and today's guest is someone whose running journey feels like it's been on super speed since he laced up for the first time. Just a little over a year ago, my friend Harper Keihl showed up to a casual 3-mile group run and absolutely bombed, like questioning his life choices bombed. But instead of backing off, he leaned in. Fast forward to February in Austin, Harper crosses the finish line of the half marathon in 1 hour, 44 minutes and some change, proving not just how far he'd come, but how far he was ready to go. Now he's training with a new crew with Goodpain Athletics in Austin, leveling up every week and genuinely living his best life, surrounded by community, consistency, and a whole lot of early mornings. And he's not done. Harper's gearing up alongside a friend of his for a big half marathon PR attempt in 2026, chasing that next breakthrough with some goofy energy and the grit that got him here. Today, we're talking about what it's like to go from can I survive this run to how fast can I go, the lessons, the laughs, and the quiet moments that made the journey real. Before I jump into this, I wanted to say thank you all to every listener for helping me become a most shared podcast in 2025 on Spotify. I know that just means that it's a high percentage of the viewers who do listen, and I know I'm not where I want as listeners yet, but I'm very excited for where we're going. This is just proof that you are loving the stories, and that's why I do this. I want to share great running stories, and I want those stories to be shared, to be heard. And so this is a big appreciation of you guys from me. So thank y'all so much, and let's get into this episode. Welcome to Through Their Stride. I'm your host, Sam Sutton, and I'm joined by Harper. And Harper, I don't think I know how to actually say your last name. Do you mind saying it for me?
Yeah, for sure. It's Keel. So like
Keel. Okay.
Keel, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, but I was like, I don't want to be wrong. So Harper Keihl.
Yeah, one
Okay.
of those German names. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And Harper, just a quick introduction for our friendship. We met last year. I had originally started a run club for Prometheus Pizza here in Fredericksburg, Texas. And you had joined on the first day and were there for the majority of the runs that we did. And when you started, you were just jumping into running. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was literally like pretty much my first run ever.
Yeah, I remember of that run. We were trying to do a 3-miler and we went out like probably faster than all three of us should have. And it was like a mile and a half in, and you're like, guys, I'm good. I'm good for the rest of the day.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even get 2 miles and I was like, "Phew, I can't do
Yeah.
this."
Yeah. But you quickly became a pretty fast runner. It didn't take you long to like our next run club meetup. You came back out and you were staying with us just fine, and you've been practicing and training. So what was that journey like for you and getting into running? And what was that first experience like, and how did you build off that?
Yeah, for sure. The reason why I decided to come to the our first run club, I just heard about it, and me coming from a place where I haven't really run at all, and I, to be honest, hated running throughout high school and stuff. I saw it as a challenge, and it was also an excuse to just get out and exercise with people. And I decided to come, give it a shot. And yeah, like we were saying, I couldn't even make it like a mile and a half without dying. And I remember because I got back to the start before y'all did because I decided to cut it earlier. But I remember getting back and thinking to myself, like, wow, like I know I can be better. Like I know I can do this better.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how to like put it into words. It was just from that first run, there was like this spark that ignited in me because I felt like I had something to prove to myself, mainly, that this is something like I can do and should be able to do. And right after that first run, then I just started running every day. And whether it was just a mile or 2 miles, slow, just like slowly building it up. And I will say too, on that first run, I didn't have running shoes. I was running in Air Force Ones,
Yeah.
which are terrible for running. Like they're
Hmm.
so heavy. But anyways, and then Christopher, the owner of Prometheus Pizza, he was kind enough to give me a pair of his old running shoes that I started using. And then yeah, just slowly just kept going and going from there and haven't
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah, I thought it was funny, and like it was like you said you started with the Air Force Ones, and then the next few runs you were in like hand-me-down runners, and then like a month in you had brand new like solid running shoes, and I'm like, man, you've changed. You're like you went from beginner to pro in the span of a month.
Yeah, I remember it was the Nike Invincible threes, which I still use.
Yeah, they're
Um,
great shoes.
yeah, no, I love them. And yeah, like I remember when I got those, it was like a whole world opened up for me. I was like, wow, this is what it
Yeah.
feels like to have like proper equipment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And what was and I remember you had told me you were not like athletics weren't foreign to you. Growing up, you were was it high jump or you said you did some form of track and field growing up?
Yeah, so in middle school, that's kind of where I started track and field. I did triple jump and pole vaults,
That's what
and
it
I
was. Yeah.
did pole vault as well my freshman year of high school until I stepped away. But yeah.
Yeah. And getting back into running and just slowly getting into races and building that community, do you feel like that feeling of being part of a team, being in something came back for you?
Oh, 100%. Because I'd also grown up playing a lot of lacrosse. I was from the East Coast, really big sport over there. And yeah, I grew up team sports and in this community of athleticism and athletes that I felt like I lost. And so getting back into running, like you said, yeah, I really feel like I was able to find that again in terms, like you said, community and this group of people that are all out there and have the same goals and are pushing themselves to achieve the same things that I am. And so it was really cool to find that again, and it really helped motivate me.
Yeah. And another cool, interesting thing I thought for you was you got into it, and then I think you had done like a 5K, and after that you were like, I want to do a half marathon, and you signed up for a half, and you broke. I think you broke 150, right? It was like 140 and some 146 or something.
It was 144.02.
144.02. Yeah, so way better than I thought, and on a
Mhm.
pretty hilly course in Austin too. What made you want to jump into a half so quickly, and what was that process like?
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, I don't really know what possessed me to make that decision. Just, I've always been like a little bit of an impulsive person and like kind of like to just jump into things and figure it out. And so, yeah, after doing these 5Ks around Fredericksburg and then getting into these little bit longer runs, 7 miles, 8 miles, and like slowly noticing the progress and these runs are getting easier and like training's paying off, my diet's paying off. I was like, I feel like it's time to jump to something bigger. And so that's when I was looking online, looking for races, just doing some research, and I saw the Austin marathon and half marathon. I was like, Austin's close. I love Austin, and this could be the race that I choose to push myself. And so when I chose that, I tried to get a friend of mine who runs, his name is Luke Sawtell. I tried to get him to join with me, and he was going to. I had him there, and then he backed out, and so that just made me want to finish it even more to prove to him that like you should have done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just it was just like I was saying earlier, just to prove to myself of what I'm capable of and what I can do, and to really show that there isn't a limit. And as someone who started running pretty just a couple months before that race, it just to prove to myself that if you really put in the work and you're passionate about it, then you can achieve it.
Yeah, for sure, and you really achieved it. 144 for your first half marathon is no small feat. I think my first half was like a 210 something, and I've been running since I was like 7 years old. So like that was
Hmm.
incredible. And what I remember too is after that race, you came to the turkey trot in the Thanksgiving turkey trot here in Fredericksburg. And I was hoping to break 20. And I think that was your goal as well. And I don't think either of us broke 20 just because of the hills and the
Hmm.
cars on the course, but you still beat me right at the very end. And I was like, oh man, like
Hmm.
you really picked this up. So what do you think drove you to speed up those times so quickly? That's so impressive.
Yeah, to be honest, to get to the point where I was at and where I am at that fast, that kind of wasn't, it wasn't really the goal. It just happened because when I started running and when I came into it, the goal was just to improve any way I can. Any small feat was just positive for me. And so I think just I started throwing in all these miles, and I had to be careful because I did have some problems with my knees and my ankles, and so that was like I feel like that's a lesson every runner has to go through, not to push it too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just started throwing in these miles. I improved my diet. I started getting more into weightlifting, and so with all these things combined, it just really I feel like it just really pushed me, but just it helped me advance a lot faster than I was even planning on. And yeah, it was just really cool, like being able to like at that turkey trot race, being able because I went into that race with an okay ankle. It was bothering me, and my goal was to just go out there, have fun with it, and then the competitive person in me, of course, pushed myself and was actually really racing it. And then when I saw my time at the end, I was like, wow, okay, all right, this is something. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, just getting to see these achievements, it was just fuel to the fire to keep going and keep pushing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're living in Austin, Texas, which I'm super jealous about because Austin is just a big running hub and you
Mm.
jumped wholeheartedly into the running hub there and you're with Goodpain Athletics now. And I'm like, that's incredible because like they're hardcore over there. What's that been like?
Yeah. Yeah. So I jumped in. My first good pain was last week, my first real good pain. And I found them because the creator of Good Pain, Isaiah, he's someone I've been following for a while. I've always followed his content and his journey as well. And so I saw his posts about it and what videos and stuff. And I've been looking for a good track community and stuff like to do these harder workouts with. And because in my opinion, it's always easier to run with people in terms of that are faster than you and really push yourself. And so I saw this and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. There's nothing stopping me. And so got to get up at 5:30 and 30-degree weather, but that's all right. And yeah, so yeah, my first one was last week, and I'm I got there and I was like, all right. And they started announcing pace groups, and I was like, wow, all right, what did I get myself into? And so I was in the slowest pace group, which was about at a it was supposed to be at a 7 minute per mile pace, but we were going to 6:30 minute per mile. But I remember getting done with that workout and being like, wow, like this was awesome. There's 50 people there, all setting out for the same goal, pushing themselves. And I also got to meet a lot of people that I really look up to that I've been following for a while. Luke Hopkins, Matt Choi, Ian Fons, all these people that are big idols for me. And so I unfortunately had to miss the workout this morning because I was having some irritation in my hamstring and I didn't want to push
Mhm.
it. But yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna continue doing as much as I can because it's an awesome community and I really love it.
Yeah, I love that, and I think they really embody I feel like they embody something that you've been talking about of, like, building community and doing something hard together. They've got such a massive community there with, like you said, over 50 people with really big names, and being there when you got there and being able to do such hard things with people you didn't know, and now you get to do now you know them and you get to run with them. Do you feel like that's a good bonding experience of just doing something hard together and getting through something together like that?
Oh, 100%. They say when you're with someone and you're putting in this effort, you're like just destroying your mind, your body, your blood, sweat, tears, and all these things. They say that's really what can bring people together. That's a big thing with units and the military and during wartime. It's just this bond that forms with these people just destroying themselves essentially together in the pursuit of betterness. And so
Yeah.
there's something so special about that's way different than just doing your homework with someone or just hanging out with someone every day. It's a whole different experience. And so it's really cool I'm building these relationships and these friendships through running that I feel like I never would have before. And it's been a
Yeah.
really awesome journey.
Yeah, that's cool, and, yeah, I would love to go out there and do that with them because it seems like such a positive community and such a judgment-free community. You can start off in a lower pace group, a higher pace group, and they know you're out there working hard with them, trying to accomplish the similar goal of bettering themselves, so I think that's amazing. And for you as a runner, you're continuing to build this, you're continuing to try to do this sport. And what is your current plan? Are you training for anything right now?
Yeah, so I have a couple things coming up that I'm getting ready for. I plan to do the Austin International Half Marathon in January. Plan to do that one, hopefully chase a PR in that one because it's an easier course. It's more like flat downhill course. And then I convinced my roommate, who's also a runner, to do the Austin half marathon and the one in February. So I'm going to do that one again with him. But that one's just going to be more of a do it for fun, enjoy the experience. And then I want to do the University of Charleston marathon in April because my dad lives out there and I'll go. That's around my birthday. So I plan to go out there and then race that as well if I can. That's like a if I can't, then I still want to do a full marathon by the end of this year. But that's right now. That's what it's looking.
Yeah. And Charleston, that sounds like South Carolina sounds like a pretty hilly area as well. Is that a hilly race or is it more flatter?
I believe from what I was looking at this course, because there's the Charleston Marathon and then there's the University of Charleston Marathon. And this one being the University of Charleston, I'm pretty sure this is more of there's a couple hills, but I think it's flatter
Yeah.
than the one prior. But yeah, it goes on these bridges. You see the ocean and all this stuff, and it's a beautiful views throughout the race. And so I think it'll be really cool.
Yeah. I just think it's funny because it sounds like you're always chasing like elevation because you moved to Austin, which is like the Austin half marathon is super hilly. Austin International is less hilly, but it's still hilly. But I'm
Yeah,
like, it seems like you just like love chasing the elevation.
yeah. It's not even on purpose either. It's just like I had such a good experience in the Austin Half Marathon that I did this year, and yeah, like, the hills definitely killed me, especially at the end. But yeah, I just had such a good experience that I was just like, I can't not do it again. And the Charleston one, that was just the stars were aligning on that one, so I was like, okay, I got to do it, even if it's hilly. Then I I know I'm not going to regret it in the end.
Yeah, for sure. And
But
then, and personally for you, what does running give you? And what is your why to keep chasing it? What do you feel like it fuels in you?
yeah, I feel like I run mainly because I love the challenge. There's something so addictive about chasing improvement and seeing what your mind and your body are really capable of. And at the end of the day, just like doing all these things, like running and getting out there and pushing my mind and body, it makes me a better version of myself. It makes me more focused, more disciplined, and just happier in general. And so that's just been a big part of my journey and just being trying to find the best version of myself that I can be. And I feel like running is a big part of that. But at the same time, for me, running is it's an escape. Sometimes it can get so loud and overwhelming and can seem impossible at times. But running gives me this space to think and like the ability to just reset and come to terms and with everything around me. And it's sorry about that. But it's amazing the effect it just has on your minds. You see the external effects on your body, but everything that's happening in here is just it's incredible. And running has also for me it's been proof. And when I say proof, it's proof that I am then us as runners as a community is proof that we are capable of so much more than we usually give ourselves credit for.
Yeah.
And the fact that we can get out there and push our bodies and minds through something so difficult is proof that we can really do anything as long as you put in the work and put your mind to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's one of those things, like you said, it does bring a lot of clarity. And for me, like getting out on a run, there are some days where I'm like, I really don't want to go for this run. I've had a hard, stressful day at work. I don't want to do this. And then I get out and do the run. And then in the middle of it, I'm like, I'm having like the most creative thoughts in my brain. Anything that I'm stressed out about, I'm like mentally processing it. And it's every time after I get done with the run, it's never, oh, I really wish I didn't go on. But it's always, oh, I'm so glad I did that. I feel so much better.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
it's a feeling I think that all runners kind of chase because it's that endorphin feel, that high of, "Oh, I feel this feels so good. I feel so accomplished."
Yeah, 100%. And coming down to, like you said, it's that high or runner's high. A lot of people refer to it as. It's bringing it down to science. Our bodies produce the what's called cannabinoids, which is the same compound you find in cannabis. It's the name, and so that's why it's called runner's high. And so when you're going on these runs and you're getting that high, it's your body actually releasing these endorphins and cannabinoids and just making you feel better. And
Yeah.
so it's just really cool to see that it has all these effects on your mind that that can vary from person to person, but deep down in a scientific format, that it also has all these effects that can really improve you. And
Mhm.
I don't know, it's something that's so cool to me, and the fact that it has all these possibilities and doors.
Awesome. And outside of running, what has life been like for you? I know you moved to Austin, Texas, a couple of months ago. What was the why behind that move, and how has Austin been treating you?
Yeah, for sure. So the why, it was a little bit impulsive, but a big factor is that it was me and five of my close high school friends. We all moved here together. So me and my good friend, we have an apartment together, and then the other four have an apartment together. And so being able to be in this awesome big city life, but not alone, being surrounded by and people that I've known and feel comfortable with. That was like a big pushing factor to just get out here and go. And just and so far it's been amazing. I've been able to like develop routine, and I've done so much exploring just around the city, getting to find these niche places and stuff and places that I like, and all these trails and everything that's there's so much that's accessible. and and right now, especially at Barton Springs, it's free until spring break, and so that's something I've been really taking advantage of almost every day. After a run, then I'll just drive over to Barton Springs real quick, take a dip, do a little swim, and then maybe go to Zilker or something. And it really has encouraged me to be more active, not even just running, just getting out for more walks, going on a swim or something, or just going to the park. And so it's been awesome, and I love Austin.
Yeah, I'll see your Strava pictures and like you running around Town Lake and like the beautiful
Mhm.
scenery out there. And I'm just kind of, man, I have serious FOMO right now. Fredericksburg's fine, but it's no Austin for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah. Sometimes I miss the little runs around Fredericksburg, the little small town runs, but I wouldn't change where I'm at for anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Town Lake beats Main Street every day of the week.
Yeah, I don't think I could argue with that.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah. And so for going into your next half marathon at Austin International, you said you're trying to PR. So what's that look like for you? What is the goal that you're trying for, and how are you training for it?
Yeah, for sure. So the time that I got on my first half marathon, it was my first one. It was a test ride. It was to see where I'm at, what I can do at that point. And yeah, I was super stoked with my time and did not really expect that at all. So getting a 144, and my goal for now is obviously I really want to break 140, but I'm not. I just want to get under 144.
Yeah.
But yeah, and what I've been doing to prepare for that is I've been trying to build my base a lot more. I feel like that's something I've neglected in past trainings, and So going on those easier, slower runs, focusing on that, and I'm adding on more miles right now, and so be going on a little bit longer runs and these track workouts too. So with Goodpain and just on my own that I've been doing, these speed workouts have been killer, but really beneficial for my pace improvement and stuff. So it's been awesome to see. And I know race day comes, adrenaline's pumping, you're gonna go faster than you might plan on or something, which is definitely what happened to me in
Yeah.
my last one. But yeah, I've just been main difference in this training is just really focusing on my base and improving that more because I feel like that's so
Yeah.
important.
It is, and it's even today where there's so much knowledge about why running easy is so good for you. Like it's the easiest thing to neglect as well because running zone two paces is so boring to me. Like I would much
Hmm.
rather go out for a speed workout and run like sub 730 miles for a long time than run like
100%.
yeah, than run a 930 for 5 miles. Like it's just it's so important, but it's so neglected. But also you talk about good pain, like that running with people and like running with people who push you. That is going to make you better. Like
Hmm.
the last time I trained for a half marathon, I ended up running it in 138 and some change.
Hmm.
And I ran with a friend of mine who was my pace while training, but I also ran with my friend Leanne, and she'll run 20 miles at a 730 pace. And
Oof.
that's like her easy day. So I'm like, I'd go out and run with her, and sometimes she would leave me in the dust, but trying to stay with her for those long stretches, like
Hmm.
that really helped me a lot.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, no, it's been really nice having my roommate, who's a good friend of mine. He's he did cross country in high school. He still runs right now, and it's been nice having him. We'll go out, wake up early in the mornings, go out, do a couple miles, and it's been nice having that as well as just having that person there to keep me accountable. And so that's been a really nice thing to have too.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask you in the Goodpain Athletic Club, you said you got to meet a lot of your heroes, like a lot of people you look up to. And a lot of people say don't meet your heroes because you'll be upset with how they actually are in real life. Do you feel like that's been the case, or do you feel like there's very welcoming people? What's that experience been like?
Yeah, no, not at all. All the people I listed earlier, Luke Hopkins, Ian Fons, Matt Choi, these people that I've been following and like some of my heroes that I've been looking up to for a while. I met them and I was nervous to go up to them because I was like, oh, I don't want to be that guy at this track workout. I want to bother them. But I went up to them like my interaction with Luke Hopkins. I went up to him. I was like, hey man, don't want to take up too much of your time, but you just want to let you know you've been a big inspiration for me, and it's really nice to meet you. And he was honestly the nicest person. He we walked aside and he told me we talked for a bit and he was just yeah just got to know each other for a second and it was a really cool experience because it's like you said they say don't meet your heroes but everyone that I've met so far has been awesome and these really nice people and they was just saying keep at it Luke actually said he was like hey I'm proud of you for showing up and that was something that was really cool for me
Yeah.
and meeting these people has been really awesome and I haven't had a bad experience yet.
Awesome. Yeah. If you run into Luke, tell him I want him on the podcast because I think his story is so incredible. Not actually, don't bother him, but like he's
So I'll
such
see
a
what I
cool dude. Yeah. He's such a cool dude. And he seems like he's just like a salt of the earth guy where you can just come up to him and
mm,
he'll have an hour long conversation with you, no big deal. So that's awesome. Yeah.
that's it
Cool.
how he is.
Yeah. Cool. I think that's all the main questions I wanted to ask you, but I like to also end a lot of my podcasts with some rapid fire questions. So if
Okay.
you mind if I hit you with some questions?
No, hit me.
Um, yeah. So first off, where is the best place to get a beer in Austin? Oh wait, you don't drink, do you?
Um, yeah, I was about to say I'm not there yet.
Yeah. Shoot, that's actually not a good question. Where's the best place to get? What is your favorite restaurant in Austin?
Oh, favorite restaurant in Austin? Oh, oh, that's such a tough question. Oh my goodness. And okay, and higher price, I definitely have to say Eddie V's. It's like a seafood steakhouse. Been there a couple times, phenomenal. More like casual. Home Slice is really good. It's a pretty popular place in Austin. It's like a pizza place on Congress. So yeah, probably Home Slice. I just love pizzas, and it's a really cool setting there.
Yeah. What kind of pizza is it? Like New York style or deep dish, or what do they
Uh,
do?
it's New York style,
Nice.
but they'll
That's
do
my
specials
favorite.
sometimes, so they'll do different styles. So
Awesome. And then where is your favorite place to run in Austin?
my favorite place is it's definitely just got to be right over here, which is just around Town Lake. I'm at the Lauren Cafe right now, which is right across from the I don't know what the bridge is called. It's like the big pedestrian bridge that goes across the lake. And so just going around here or starting at I don't know if you know where Deep Eddies is. It's like the
Yeah.
pool. Yes, or I like to start there and then run from there all the way here and then hit the boardwalk. That's definitely my favorite place. 'Cause I love just being around the city and being around like the water.
Yeah. I've actually been exactly where you are a couple of times. Me and
Hmm.
Monica go there all the time it's like a coffee shop kind of place, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a hotel, but it's got the coffee shop at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. We go there a lot when we're down there. Monica
Yeah,
lived in
cool
Austin
spot.
for several years. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
And so
nice.
so she takes me there all the time. And then my last question is, if you could give somebody one reason to go for a run today, what would it be?
I would say do it, do it for the future. Don't
Yeah.
You're not going to see results on your first run, but do it for the betterment of your future self because you're not going to regret it.
Yeah. It's so true. And
Plain and
like,
simple.
yeah, just for you, even like you went from 5 miles into a 3 mile run to a 144 half marathon. I mean, that is insane.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Look at me. Exactly. It's just like
Yeah.
I went from hating running, not wanting to touch it, bonking out, like you said, a mile and a half to it being one of my favorite things in the world and
Yeah.
being able to get out there and run 13 miles. But yeah,
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. And this has been super fun. I was thinking about who to have on, and I was like, you know what? Harper is like a cool guy. Like he's been a really good friend of mine in the running space. And I was super curious to hear more of your story and to share it happy to share it with my listeners. So thank you so much for coming on.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I appreciate you reaching out and having me. So it's been really cool. Again, this is my first time really ever doing something like this. So I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, and whenever you finish your Austin International, I got to have you back on because I want to hear how that goes and what your experience is. And I'm also running the Austin Marathon in 2026. So if you're
Oh,
there, I'll
okay.
see you there. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, sounds good. I'll see you there. And I can't wait to talk to you again about the international half. Hopefully it goes well.
Yeah. I'm sure it will. The thing about February is that you can get snow, you can get like windy, or you can get a really nice day. So you just never know. So fingers crossed we
Sure,
get
it's
good
the
weather.
luck of the draw, literally.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too, Sam. Have a good one.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Through Their Stride. If you like this episode, share it with a friend. And if you've liked this podcast so far, please give it a review and subscribe or follow in whatever your platform you're listening to. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.